The first direct flights from Corpus Christi to Dallas Love Field aboard Southwest Airlines got off to a good start this weekend. The once-a-week flights happen every Saturday from now on, and the first flight was half full, which airport officials tell us is a good start. The Southwest spokesperson says it boils down to increased demand. It's been 30 years since Southwest offered direct flights from the Corpus Christi airport. Airport officials hope more people use the flights because airlines may add more flights in the future if the demand continues to grow.
We understand why sometimes people make the choice to fly out of San Antonio or Houston. We understand sometimes there's a difference in airfare, but we just ask people to keep in mind that if you want more service out of Corpus Christi International Airport, we have to use the service that we have here.
Makes sense. Before now, passengers flying Southwest out of Corpus Christi had to stop off in Houston before continuing their trip to Dallas. The airline considers Corpus Christi a gateway to tourist destinations along the Gulf Coast, including Port Aransas, Mustang Island, and of course, North Padre Island.